Have you ever heard of the brand Hartz? If you have, a shiver probably just ran down your spine. If you haven't, buckle in and get ready to learn about one of the worst companies on the market selling pet products still to this day, likely in stock at your Walmart too. Before we get started though, I wanted to quickly thank all of you who've already been subscribed to us for the last year or two. It's really exciting and it's scary to know that there's already 800 people following our pet adventures. We started over 2 years ago, and now we're here to try to keep your pets safe and learn about Hartz. So let's just jump right into it. The 4 worst offenders on the Hartz registry includes Hartz Ultra Guard Flea and Tick Shampoo for Dogs, their Pro Triple Active Flea and Tick Shampoo for Dogs, their Ultra Guard Flea and Tick Collars, and their One Spot Cat Topical Drops. Those are some crazy names for just pet products, but they are chemicals, so. The reason why these products can be so unsafe for pets is because they actually contain pesticides to kill the flea and ticks. And these pesticides can include, I'm going to butcher the names, phenotrin and tetrachloramynphos, something like that. In the past, they used DEET, which is also a really common pesticide. These can have quick side effects on your pets if they are used or used incorrectly, which is the more proper way to say it. One Redditor commented on a thread all about Hartz and their horrors, quote, "I'm shocked this company is still allowed to sell products. I gave their topical flea medication to my cats one time, not knowing any better as a new pet owner, and it left me with a massive vet bill. Fortunately, both cats survived. But within minutes of applying it, they were both running around the house screaming, and I had to bathe them both, and I'm glad I did. The medication left them with severe chemical burns, and I would trust nothing from Hartz ever again." End quote. This comment was posted 6 years ago, and these products are still sold today. They have also been sued multiple times, but we'll get into that in a little bit. First of all, I want to say that this individual did everything that they possibly did right to get their cats the help they needed. What they did was the right course of action. The first thing you would ever do if your cats get something on them, or any pet, if they get something on them and it is hurting them, you want to wash it off with cool water, as soon as possible. And then you're going to take them to the emergency vet that you have closest to you. You should probably look into what emergency vets you already have near you, because when that moment comes and you don't know where to go, it's terrifying. Trust me. That said, these things shouldn't be happening. It's been going on for decades already, and Hartz is aware of the situation. They've been sued multiple times over the harm that their products cause. Starting in the 80s and resulting in a settlement in the 1990s, Hartz was sued for their Blockade spray. I'm going to show it up here in the corner if I'm able to. This spray was another flea and tick preventative method that was popular at the time. Kind of like how the topical flea ones that you see people put, like, I think behind the ear, that is really common now. It was really popular then. This particular product was linked to anywhere from between 75 to 496 dog and cat deaths. The reason why this number can vary is because EPA, however you say it, they were able to verify 75 deaths linked to this product, but people come up after the fact saying, I think that this product also killed my pet. I used it and they passed away shortly after. So that's where the 496 comes from, because it's an estimate, at least an estimate of almost 500. Speaking of EPA, they fined Hartz $75,000, yet Hartz continues to sell similar products to this day, even after such a financial loss. Since then, it is estimated that thousands of more pets have been affected by Hartz products that are still sold on the market due to their negligence. In the 2010s, another lawsuit was brought forward, this time with 14 individuals rather than EPA going against Hartz, the company themselves. The end result was stricter labeling on the products themselves, but that was it. I think they should just ban the products outright, because they know that pesticides on a cat or dog is not safe. The reason why they did change the labeling, however, is because one of the biggest issues with flea and tick products is the amount that a product can be used safely. A lot of owners don't know the safe dosage to put on their pet based off weight. They've tried to add these labeling features to try to help the pet owners make proper decisions on how much they should use. In the 2010s, another legal complaint was brought forward by 14 individuals this time. These 14 people had lost their pets due to Hartz negligence. The end result was just stricter regulations on the labeling itself. I would have personally outright banned the products and maybe the company, but I don't get that decision. So, one of the biggest issues with flea and tick products is that their owners will sometimes buy a dog shampoo for their cats, not knowing that it does make a difference. Not knowing there are safe and unsafe dosages makes the difference. Labeling has been improved and weight ranges and doses have been added as after the fact, but that still leaves a lot of room for user error. Hartz is known about the harm caused by the various pesticides they choose to put in their products for a very long time. In fact, it's been almost 40 years since the EPA had fined them directly. They have made very little positive changes to ensure the safety of their target demographic, our furry friends. No matter how much you change the labels, the pesticides are still in there, and microdosing your dog or cat with phentermine or DEET or whatever they decide to use in the future is not ideal to the average person who wants to do right by their pets. It also seems like a gross choice on Hartz's part to continue to use these pesticides after hundreds of thousands of pets have been affected directly by their own products. Also, there are safe alternatives in case you're wondering, going, what am I going to use now? Because this is the product I've been using and now I don't want to, maybe. There are safe alternatives, and you want to look for something that has rosemary, or just in general, look up cruelty-free, vegan, pesticide-free flea and tick removal products. I would say the best bet is going to be Dawn dish soap. That's just my best bet. I've used that in the past for my dogs and cats, and it does work. You just bathe them in Dawn dish soap, you get the comb, and it's going to take a couple of days, and it's hard work, but it is a lot better than your pets passing away. That's for sure. That wraps up our first ever long form video here on Meet the Pets. It's definitely a heavy subject, so I'm sorry I came out swinging with a big subject, but I noticed that the conversation around Hartz has really died down in the last couple of years, which is sad and scary because they still contain the exact same products they've always contained. And if I can help prevent even one person who just didn't know about the dosing from not using it correctly, then, I've done my job and I feel happy. So make sure that next time you go to wash your dog or cat, you know it is in the product that you're using and you know that it's safe for them and for you. Stay safe, everyone, and give your pet a good old butt pat from me. Bye, guys. You could tell I was struggling really hard to say that phrase. Bye.